well, let's go ahead and get into it. It's Vindicator versus Take 3, your final match for the North American broadcast today. With the commentary is going to be Leaf and Lawler. Take it away, guys.
Final game of league play for NA until we get into EU tomorrow. And this is for seed spots, seed spots coming into the regional finals and potentially confidence.
Yeah, I mean, the seed spots, this is for 4th and 5th seed. 4th and 5th seed play each other next week. This really comes down to, like you said, confidence. Going into the, not next week because we have a break, but the weekend after that, these guys are going to play each other again. And they're going to be able to learn some stuff from this match, you know, their play styles, what things they did right or wrong. And it's like, if you win this series and you do it confidently, like if they say, okay, everybody at the desk is over at 3-0, and they come in with a 3-0 win, next week is like, oh man, this was rough last time, man. Like,
I mean, there is that other side of things too. The team that loses this is going to go into this next few weeks saying, all right, we really have to train. We lost to these guys, and they're going to work on things to make sure that they don't lose again. Whereas the winning team is going to go with confidence. Maybe they will be, all right, you know, we got this next time, and get a little complacent, and that could be an issue for them. So it could go either way, and it really depends on where the team's mindsets are. But the real importance is the match at hand right now. And I don't know what your predictions are, but the desk was pretty confident on who would win.
I mean, the problem has been definitely Take 3 is looking a little lackluster. There's something going on with that team where the first week we saw Rizzo go absolutely insane. He came out, made a ton of good plays, showed that he was pretty much single-handedly carrying this team. Zane Jackie then finally came in and was like, all right, I'm going to help you out. But then Rizzo started to die down. He hasn't really been baby Rizzo, as we all refer to him as, like we expect, the memester. So
when the meme lord.
Yeah, it's like where someone needs to help out Zane Jackie. I mean, it's pretty much what it is.
Wasn't he also the Cube Lord?
He's everything.
He's got a lot of titles, man. Well, we'll see. Getting into game number 1, our final series of the day for NA, of league play for NA. Coming out right now, VindicatorGG and Take 3 get to sign us off with their series, their best of 5, as they fight for the 4th and 5th seeds and confidence going into the regional play. Depending on who wins this one, Zane Jackie trying to set up for their first goal here. We'll see if Rizzo can be on. They mentioned great first week, but a little lackluster coming into it after that. Vindicator trying to put on the first one. Zane Jackie does get the touch on that as Torment tries to get the read first. Insolence is with a good pop-up to Rizzo as they try to get a play started up. Vindicator is already, all 3 of them, in a good spot and set on defense. A lot of ping-pong right now as both teams try to get a play started up. I feel like Vindicator is a little more poised to make an actual play here. Take 3 just trying to get the ball cleared.
Yeah, Darkfire doing a good job as well, trying to make the most of his attempts. Has a chance to bring this back inside, decides to hold off on it. Oh my gosh, what a placement by Torment.
How did that get over top of the, oh, that's why Darkfire backed off out of the way. Good lob. Those are really hard to read as a defender.
Yeah, he basically was sitting there. He saw a player coming in from the defense rotating around. Instead of forcing it, he waited, and then he popped it over him. Because that, the ball played down then into Torment. Torment took a beautiful shot, placed very, very well.
And I guess with Darkfire being in the way as well, it's very difficult to try to read where that's going to go, because he had every right to tip that somewhere else. Zane Jackie getting frisky with Darkfire, trying to create an opportunity for Insolences. Not able to do so. Rizzo was back on defense, knowing that play was probably going to end up down in their own end, but a million whiffs coming out from Rizzo here, and that will set up Vindicator for another play as they stay on offense, trying to get another goal and extend their lead here. Torment off the wall. A follow-up from himself over Insolences. A roll up the wall. Could be there for Matt. He's going to sink that one almost. Rizzo does get in the way, but a very risky situation for the defense of Take 3.
Yeah, you saw Darkfire approaching there, looking to go for a shot. Ball gets hit down actually pretty quick, so immediately after going up for a quick aerial, boosts directly back down and gets it in the way. Still maintaining possession is this team of Vindicator, but the shots coming out one after another seem to be handled actually pretty well overall for Take 3. Just after a certain point, your defense runs out of the way. There's not a person in net to make a save. And you saw it one-on-one. Torment, beautiful touch pass. Rizzo.
Yeah, really good touch from Torment. He knew exactly where on that corner to get that out to his teammate. Very good setup. Very good touch on his car.
Yeah, very tough save. I mean, you see that he was getting played outside, and then the touch cut him back inside. Not much you can do.
2-0 lead now for Vindicator against Take 3, as the desk thinks it's going to be 3-0 for Vindicator. Take 3 isn't giving up quite yet. Vindicator is looking pretty convincing in their play style right now. They are transitioning very easily back onto offense. This Take 3 isn't really setting up team plays at this point, just trying to at least get the ball onto offense. Seems to be their main task. Once they do that, we'll see if something will come out from them. They are on offense now, and this could be their chance to set something up, but a good touch from Darkfire sends that one back to midfield, kind of resetting the positioning for Take 3 on their offensive push. We'll head back down into their end. Torment looking a little confident there, slowly pacing himself back to his own end as Matt goes up for a contest. Stop there from Torment. Like I said, he's just looking very confident in his play style right now. And I feel like the pressure really needs to start coming up from Take 3. They're having difficulty formulating anything at this point.
Yeah, they're not really pressuring him. Like, yeah, they're putting shots on net, but it's nothing difficult. A couple shots here and there, they take a shot on net. It's just super easy to read. And this team on Vindicator, like, all 3 are back just waiting for it. And they're like, all right, another simple shot. And then they bounce it back out. Another shot, bounce it back out. Like, there's nothing fast-paced about it. It's just, it's very bland, to be completely honest.
Well, I mean, I wish we could even say it's been that many instances. Zane Jackie sitting with the only shot on net so far for Take 3. Coming in that final minute of gameplay, they have to do something to break out of their own end and work together. It seems to be individual efforts at this point. This could be a scoring opportunity, though, to bring it a lot closer. There we go. Take 3. Bringing themselves closer on the scoreboard to Vindicator.
Yeah, 2 up on the offense for Vindicator. Big clear coming out and then followed down. Gets on a one-on-one situation, and Zane Jackie, one of the better ones when he gets those opportunities. Can hit those angles, just doesn't get as many as some of the other players.
1 minute now left to get 1 goal. And Insolence is just going to do that fairly quickly, and that might be the answer to their play style right now. Get the quick off.
Yeah, right after the kickoff, played out to the outside, someone waiting at boost, plays it back up, and then the follow-up. As soon as that hits that corner and shoots right down, able to put a shot on net, just not able to react to it. That's what we talk about, that pressure. They need to come in stronger and try to catch these guys on their back heel.
Well, here's the thing, is if you can't formulate anything with your team, Rizzo was hoping someone would be there, and you saw him actually zigzag back and forth to try, like, should I go? Should I go? Someone gonna be here? No one was there, and it almost ended up going to their own net. Torment almost threading the needle there. Rizzo is able to keep that one out to the side. And I was just saying, if you can't formulate any plays, get those quick early kickoff goals. 30 seconds left. We are tied up now between these two teams. Vindicator looking to answer back against that last kickoff goal. Insolence is though with a set down. There's one for Zane Jackie, and now the team plays are starting to come out.
Starting to kind of get a feel for these guys. You see how well they rotate this through, just beating them to a touch every single time. Each player on Vindicator trying to contest those was just half a second late. So good job by Take 3, really spreading the field and rushing to the ball to make a play.
Oh, but a quick one for Vindicator almost comes out. Matt gets the boost grab, and they're on offense, but gets taken out quickly thereafter. Darkfire and Torment try to work the corner there to put that out to the midfield for Matt, but they can't, and Overcommittance almost puts a goal back into their own end. They have a chance here if Torment can get a nice touch out to a teammate off the backboard. That's a scoring opportunity right there by Rizzo with a clutch save. Keeps them alive. Good job from Rizzo, aware of that play happening and developing and stopping it in its tracks.
Not only was he aware of it, but he actually got bumped. He recovered really well and then jumped off the wall in front of it, just trying to get in the way. We talk about sometimes if you can't get to the ball in time, you might as well put up a body just to make sure that angle is cut off. Rizzo doing a perfect example there. Even though he didn't have any pass assists or anything like that, he did have 3 saves. He showed up when he needed to. Everybody on this team getting involved.
They went from 1 shot up to 7 shots within like a minute of gameplay there. So we'll see if they can keep that up as we head down to DFH, where, as Wave would say, a storm has broken out. It's getting cloudy down there, but it's gonna be a fun next match as we see if Take 3 can keep it up. I mean, out of nowhere, they had a really rough start. Really rough start.
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, they just started a little bit slow, and maybe they were getting or trying to get a feel for the other team. And that stuff does happen pretty regularly, where you start off a little bit more timid because you're not sure how it's going to pan out with what's this team's play style? We saw them play really aggressive. What do we do? And they answered that really well. That's a midfield or like mid-game adaptation was phenomenal. Like,
well,
they just flipped the switch.
You even saw him at the end starting to use the backboard, a nice little touchdown. I forget who that was from. I think it was Insolences to get a pass out to Zane Jackie, and he was able to finish it there. So they are starting to look out for each other. At the beginning, I think they just came in a little bit like, okay, we haven't played at all today. Maybe they just woke up. Who knows? But it's a rough start. But they look like they figured it out as they went on in that game. And that should carry through into the next series. Hopefully for them, it carries through into the next series. But Vindicator is on a good streak. They have been playing very well.
Yeah, very, very strong aggression coming out from Vindicator. That's no different from the beginning of that match either. They had a lot of shots coming in, a lot of stuff that were they caught off guard. But there was a couple of mistakes. If they cleaned up those mistakes, and they did by the end, I mean, we had a really close match. I mean, it was only down by 1 goal.
No, again, very close, and Vindicator could just come out and destroy them coming to the next one. Maybe they were holding back. We talked about Torment looking a little bit, just not confident, but just looking a little relaxed in his play style there. He wasn't doing anything ridiculous or fast-paced, and maybe that caught up to them, and maybe we'll see him just be, okay, I got to take this seriously coming into this next match here, and that could have been a problem for them. Or maybe just Take 3 is suddenly on a push-through.
They're trying to prove Wave wrong. I mean, I know I would. No, I mean, you see, like, even statistically speaking, like, all of Take 3 is tied, I think, at, like, 17th for assists. Like, they're all right in that spot with a percentage at that 0.45% per game. So, I mean, they're playing well together. Like, they're all evenly balanced. Just it hasn't been enough to close out games. They've had a couple streaks where it's been extremely rough. But as a whole, I mean, they're kind of right in that in-between. Like, shooting percentage is at, like, 8th. Shots are, like, 7th. Like, they're all right in between.
Yeah, all that middle ground. Well, it makes sense because that's
where they're seated, 4th or 5th.
That's exactly where they find themselves in the seed. Yep. So I'm glad that all of it's working out appropriate to all their stats.
Stats are working out. Like stats are telling the story. I love it.
Everything. It's just I love it when a script comes together. You know. It's perfect. But yeah, again, these guys looking to get into their next match. What do you think specifically Take 3 has to maintain coming into this match against Vindicator? Is there anything Vindicator you think is going to pull out that might surprise Take 3?
I don't think they'll be as surprised, but you know Vindicator can pull up that pace. That's something that Take 3 was doing that allowed them to win that game last time, is their pace was increased. They were beating everybody to the ball, every contest, they were there first, to the point where there actually wasn't even some contest. They got there just too late. So keep up that aggression, keep up that pace, and you should be all right.
Well, we'll see coming into game number 2, VindicatorGG versus Take 3. Take 3 came from being down in the last game to take a point in this best of 5. They now sit 1-0 in the series. Vindicator came off strong in their last one, though. So walked away with a win and probably looking to do the same here as they try to get a play started up early in the first 20 seconds of game number 2. Rizzo turns that one around quickly as Take 3 try to move up on offense here. A touch from Zane Jackie just takes Torment right out of the play, but Matt does follow that one up, gets into Torment. A backboard pass out to Darkfire, but he was a little bit too late to that one, so Insolences and Rizzo will be able to move up the field. Zane Jackie to bring up the rear. A roll around, not the best touch they would have wanted off that backboard. Does pop out for Torment to bring to midfield. Darkfire with support there, but a miss from him will leave Matt on the backside to try to put one in, and a nice read there. That's going to be in front of the net still. Zane Jackie tried his darndest, but couldn't keep that one out.
I mean, it was so close. There's a beautiful shot coming across, but it got read. Like, Rizzo was trying to take a play, and then Matt just comes up and wins the 50-50. Rizzo almost does, or not Rizzo, Zane Jackie almost gets that save, but that second touch, putting it straight back down, hitting crossbar, so unfortunate. Minute gone.
I mean, it's only 1 goal down. They saw themselves down more than that before. Then they pulled it back. We'll see if they can do it again. As Vindicator does sit in the lead with close to 4 minutes left in this match. That's a lot of time to Take 3 to figure out what they got to do to answer that one. Just a misfortunate touch from Zane Jackie as he gets boosted up here. Rizzo, the last defender, we'll get a touch. Good clear out to midfield, but there is Torment on VindicatorGG waiting for a touch. Send that one back in. They do eventually lose possession. Zane Jackie trying his hardest to get an angle down off the backboard to a teammate, but it doesn't matter. It will end up out there anyways for Insolences, but he can't take the shot as that goes off the crossbar. And Rizzo in a bad spot to try to finish it up again. So they will rush back to defense as Vindicator transitions onto offense for a push into the net here. trying to extend their lead. That will drop down nicely for Darkfire, but Rizzo getting in the way of that one. Very hard as a defender to read those bounces, especially when you have the ball cam going above you there. Switching to chase cam will be critical. Still hard to read with the speed it came off the roof.
Yeah, Rizzo again doing a good job of putting a body in the way. Like you said, when that ball's directly above you, it's one of the hardest places to try and make a save from. So good job just having kind of a finesse to it. Like, it takes a lot of time and effort to kind of get that feel down. But still, the pressure coming out from Vindicator, they're doing a much better job and allowing this team to really kind of do what they do well, which is pressure.
Ooh, pressure there from Rizzo, almost drops one in. A nice little lob. Does go off the crossbar, though, instead of across that goal line. Rizzo already rotated back on offense, loses out on a touch there. Insolences leaves that for Zane. Up to Rizzo, who sets that one in front of the net, but a little bit too high. Matt will be able to 50 that. I don't know what Darkfire was doing up there, because that will leave a shot there. No one able to put it in. Rizzo with some dribbles. Can't get the second touch on it. Batmobiles have been showing up fairly common in the series in week number 4. And anyone that's been rocking it has been playing pretty well. The secret is out, guys. Over 0 knows, but still 1-0 lead for Vindicator, as Take-3 hasn't been able to answer that last goal yet.
No, and it's surprising too, because you see actually Torment has been notorious for actually, as soon as he goes to clear this ball, he plays it right back in the middle of the field. Good to put pressure and try to draw somebody out, but in most cases, it's just allowing Take-3 to clear it back the other way. It's just Take-3 hasn't been able to find anything.
Torment!
As Torment's going to find there.
Nice little shot from the underside. Gets a bit of the corner on it, so it wasn't too soft, but enough power to put it past the defender.
Yeah, Zane Jackie was trying to play that out, and unfortunate for him, it hits the corner and then plays directly back towards his net, setting up that shot.
2-0 lead now with 1:30 left for Take-3 to pull back. Vindicator may be on that roll forward. Either way, the desk was wrong. It is not a 3-0, so that's good already. Take-3 looking, though, to hopefully take another one in the series as they try to tie this one up off the backboard. Insolence is trying to get a pass out, but they can't finish it. Zane Jackie had a chance potentially to score, get a pass out, but whiffs on the ball, leaving Rizzo the only defender back against Darkfire as he flicks that one off the crossbar. Zane Jackie rushing to get a topside touch on that to put it back past midfield. Insolences up to Zane. Darkfire intercepts that one. We'll get another touch, not knowing where the opponents are. Just tries to send that quickly down towards the other end. There's Torment with another shot. No one in net. Once again, that's twice Insolences in a bad spot on defense.
Yeah, Darkfire played that, and then Rizzo trying to play that downfield. It hits the wall again. Same thing that happened to Zane Jackie, just not as severe as an angle. Plays back inside, and then Torment gets up, and another shot. Places that good on far post. Could have been a little bit better, but still good enough to get the goal.
3-0 lead now, 40 seconds left. And looking like Vindicator's probably going to be taking this one against Take-3. We will tie it up in the series, but it is not over yet. 10 seconds a goal is very possible, but Take-3 having a very much difficult time getting their backboard passes to each other. They're setting them up, but having no finish on it. Maybe a little bit more aggression from them is going to be what they need coming into the next game in the series. If they want to take another one, Rizzo is going to sink one in for confidence, though, in the last 15 seconds. Still possible, just unlikely.
Yeah, still good placement. They try to clear it. He plays it to the wall to keep it safe. It's just fortunate for them as Take-3 has 2 players waiting in that corner, play it right back in, and then a quick flick over the top inside for a goal.
It was actually a really good play.
Yeah, I mean, it was read really well. It was a little bit, it was pretty common. It's one of those things when map awareness comes in, when you see a clear happening, and it's tough because as much as we critique, like, it's a split-second decision, and sometimes it can go wrong. So good job by Take-3 kind of reading that, but not good enough. As Vindicator's going to put in another goal in the end.
That goal meant nothing for Take-3. As you said, Vindicator takes another one back. Usually it's good to have the momentum of a goal going into the next game, but Vindicator wanted that momentum on their side as they take this one. 1-1 in the series now. Could this be the run forward that the desk was saying?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, and Vindicator, like, they're playing confident. Everybody getting involved. Every single player having at least a couple shots. Everybody making a save. Obviously, Darkfire didn't get any of the goals because every one that he was going to get, he passed off to Torment. And you see that. Like, his 2 assists are definitely calculated there. Like, he was definitely involved.
No, absolutely. I mean, again, I've seen a lot of those backboard passes starting to come up from Take 3. They are setting them down, getting the underside of their car onto the backboard, dropping it down, and it's just they're not finishing it off. But we're going to head down to a new map we haven't seen yet. It's going to be Urban Central Dawn. There's a bunch of different variations of this map. They're all absolutely beautiful, but the Dawn version is the one we're going to be using right now as we head into the next game to see if Take 3 can pull it back. But that was a very convincing win for Vindicator as both Torment and Matt went off with their goals.
Yeah, very, very well played. And I like how you mentioned with Take 3. Take 3, it's not that they're not putting the shots on. You can clearly see, like last game, they had 8. They were putting the aggression. They had some of the plays on the net. It's just that follow-up hasn't been there yet. Like, they make a couple plays inside, like Zane Jackie will make a touch. There's a couple defensive blunders that he had as well. But it just seems to be that Vindicator doesn't have a problem getting up in the face, and they're not getting punished for it. They're aggressing really hard, so where's the counterattack? And when it does come, it's one hit, and that's it.
No, you're right, and that's kind of what we saw in the first one, too. They're having difficulty formulating anything with each other, and Take 3 has to start doing that. It's just the blend and chemistry isn't fully there that we saw in the first week, but maybe it will start to develop in game number 3. As VindicatorGG took the last one to tie up the series 1-1 in this best of 5. As Insolences tries to get a first early goal here, and that's, again, what we saw them do before, but is it going to hold off?
Yeah, 2 players up, and this is the counterattack that I'm talking about. He's able to get the counterattack, but usually gets contested early. In that case, he makes a good solo play, gets past one, and then manages to follow it up in time, takes another touch, and puts it in the net. 16 seconds, up by 1, Take 3.
As you said, quick early goal there for Take 3. Holding it off is going to be the next task at hand, or extending it. Insolences leaving that one alone for Zane Jackie off the backboard. Matt with a nice touch to pop it up, buys them a little bit more time on defense, forcing Zane Jackie to get a weird pass. They couldn't quite get it there, and you see the defense for Vindicator is going to be able to push that one out.
Well, that shot, like, Darkfire went up and it managed to get underneath. I'm pretty sure it was Zane Jackie, and, like, lifted his car out of the way. But luckily for him, he had a teammate behind him to actually make the clear.
Well, they're still on offense. Take 3 did a good job of keeping that ball to each other, looking out for each other. Good back pass to Rizzo there from Insolences. That will keep them on the offense as he gets boosted up. Zane Jackie trying to carry this one himself into the box here. Does manage to get out to Insolences, but not without being destroyed at first. He'll reset, and it might actually be better because he will be able to get boosted up there to keep themselves on offense. Insolences with a chance here, and he gets it, recognizing that opportunity, taking it into his hand, and putting a second goal in for their team.
Shot in by Rizzo, completely catches off this defender. Trying to go for a save, didn't think it was going to hit that back area. Bounces back in and then played inside. Really well played by Rizzo. Whether it's intentional or not, like it worked out. It drew somebody out.
Well, with a minute and a half past, they're seeing themselves in a good position now. Take 3 looking to take game number 2. Vindicator trying to answer this. Insolence was with a nice second touch there. Always follow through. That's what I say. Rizzo is up, but he leaves that one alone. Potentially out of boost. Darkfire push to the side as Matt's there. And Insolences with a 50-50. Torment out of boost, drops that one in front of their own net, and Matt gets an own goal as he desperately tries to save the miss from Torment.
All that because of Insolences. That ball trying to get cleared out. Insolences flies across and then wins that 50-50 back inside. Obviously, it was an own goal. Very difficult to make a save underneath. Rushed it a little bit, but at the same time, you knew there was people coming to take a shot.
It was one of the most comical things I've ever seen. Torment out of nowhere and just slowly an inch under it dies out. You can see his dreams fall with him. Well, saving that ball. Now 3-0 lead for Take 3 at the fault of the defense from Vindicator on that last one. They will try to make that one back as they make a push on offense. Insolences with a good backboard touch there, but Torment reads that one nicely to send it back into the box. Insolences Rizzo with possession. They spread out nicely to keep that one moving forward. A very smart play from Rizzo sends that one back down into the blue end, forcing Vindicator back onto defense. 2.5 minutes left now. Still a 3-0 lead for Take 3 and almost getting it to a 3-1. They do finally manage to get it. Matt getting credit for that one, and I'm not sure if Zane got a touch on it.
Yeah, Matt played that downfield. Darkfire trying to finish it off, doesn't get to it. But Zane Jackie was coming across. Would have had that save, but Matt does get a little bit of a nose on it, pushes it towards the net, and then Zanejaki slams it in.
There it is. Only a 2-goal climb left for them as they try to pull this one back. 2.5 minutes left, and there's a quick one. Only 1 goal down, and this is a good situation for Vindicator.
Another good play by Matt. Beats Insole, I'm pretty sure it was, to the corner. Yeah, he beats Insole to the side boost, able to boost down, and then takes a good read as he's coming off the wall. He jumps off the wall, flips into it, and plays it across the field very, very quickly. Matt showing some aggression. It's paying off.
Almost looked like a double slow kickoff there.
Yeah, they both kind of...
They both tried to psych each other out, get that pushed onto offense quickly, but does end up neutral because of that. As Vindicator tries to break out of their own end. All 3 defenders back for take 3, but Vindicator cannot capitalize. Really weird situation there as we had more blue on the orange side than orange. They had switched sides of the field for a second there. Vindicator cast confusion. It was slightly effective. 3-2 lead still for take 3. As Vindicator trying desperately to answer this one, and they're starting to mount pressure against take 3. And it's going to be tough for take 3 to keep answering all these saves. Eventually they will break, but they have found themselves back onto the other end. A counterattack not able to break up for Vindicator.
Yeah, despite all that pressure, they are doing a good job, like you said, on defense, holding them off. But take 3 is starting to do the same thing. Like, they're getting a little bit more confident. They're playing their hits like way more, like there's so much more pace on them. Even Zanejaki is doing a better job of contesting in the midfield. 2 bumps. Oh my goodness, that almost went in. Oh, Insole, can he do it?
Almost. Insolence has tried for the patient mind game there to get it past, and it transitions into a goal against them. To bring it to a tie as Darkfire sinks one in.
Yeah, Torment reads the shot, plays it back down, and then a quick cut inside, and then another one back outside. Darkfire is showing some mechanical skill on his own, using the side of the card to make quick cuts around defenders. That's what happens when you play the player instead of the ball.
And with a minute left, take 3 loses their 3-0 lead to VindicatorGG. We're all tied up once again. As Vindicator is looking very strong. What a flick from Matt, but no one there to finish it. Zanejaki is going to reach that one instead. To send that back down to the blue end. Torment to Matt. Allows them to put that back to the midfield. And you see once again, take 3, all 3 of them pushed up past that midline. Not expecting, I guess, these midfield contests coming out from Vindicator. Torment stands his ground as Rizzo tries to run through him. What a pass from him over to Darkfire. Incredible Torment to Darkfire play.
Such a tough place to be as Zanejaki. Torment flicks this up perfectly, and it looks like it's going to go straight to Zane. He's ready for a big clear, but he doesn't see Darkfire flying in and then plays that near post top right. Well played, and way to take the lead coming out for VindicatorGG.
You're right. It's so hard to see those. He expected him there, but they exactly know where he was. Very difficult. Good passing play, and they now take the lead. As we said, we hadn't seen this before many times. Down 3 goals, and they pull it back. They are in the lead now. Can they maintain it with 14 seconds left to take game number 3? Put them up 2-1 in the series. It looks like they might, as take 3 has trouble formulating anything here. They actually are going to get something off the backboard. This could be a chance for them right here. Just stopped out by the defender. Darkfire keeps that dream alive, and they will take game number 3 against their opponent. Vindicator takes it. Well done for them to pull it back. They were down 3 goals.
Yeah, that's not the largest deficit we've seen, but it's still very difficult. And it's got to be demoralizing as well for take 3. Obviously, these guys have quite a bit of fortitude mentally. When it comes to games like this, like, they won't let this affect them as much as some. But it's still difficult. Like, when you're up, you're like, all right, we got this. We're going to clutch it. And then Vindicator just battles back. Like, that's rough.
In all honesty, it's looking like Zanejaki isn't playing the strongest today. And the rest of his team doing a decent, good job. But a couple misses here and there that I would like to see are just shots that he should. Zanejaki is such a good goal scorer.
Right.
And it's rough to see him miss. You know, there was one he should have had before that I saw in that last match. Would have put them in a lead even more and brought that to a tie. But, you know, stepped up from him. He just needs to get the momentum going a little bit more. But they are still keeping it very close. But giving up a 3-0 lead is rough. As you said, on your mentality, you start to feel it and will start to weigh you down. Going to be difficult in the next game.
Yeah, and some of those plays are risky too. Like, you see, like, when Zane's the last one back and he's getting beat out by that shot by Darkfire, like, you either contest that super early and get beat by that flick by Torment, or you just have to guess. And that's not easy to do. You got to have to just assume, like, this might go over here and try to make an attempt. that's partially on his opponent's or on his teammate's side. Like, why are you sending 2 up in the same position and leaving me back alone? So there's a transition thing coming out from VindicatorGG that they're doing super well. Like, even though they have some times where both teams are sending 2 up and then there's counterplays happening, Vindicator seems to be doing a better job rotating back on defense and beating them to the ball.
VindicatorGG in a good spot now, fighting for that 4th spot seed coming into the regional finals. As they are up 2-1 in the series. If they win this one, that'll be that 4th place seed. Take-3 taking the 5th. We'll see, and the confidence, as we said, too, knowing exactly what you're going up against your opponents coming into those regional finals. And that's really the biggest thing at this point, as no one getting an early goal here. We are seeing Vindicator having to transition right now onto offense, but getting stopped out in midfield as Take-3 goes the other way. Good pressure relief there as Matt gets a demo on the offense of Take-3.
Yeah, just like you said, relieving pressure. That man in rotation taken out of play. Rizzo with a good touch, plays it back inside,
Nice.
but they miss it.
So close. As you said, Rizzo playing very smart. We've seen him do it a couple times in this series so far. Just very, very good mental game and patience from them, but unfortunately does not result in a goal. No payoff from them, but he's going to get another one there. Nice. Far touch to the side as Rizzo puts one in. He wanted a goal so bad.
Yeah, reads that off the wall and plays down well. Unfortunate for this Vindicator team. Matt, I think, misses it on the wall, and then Rizzo has all the time he needs, decides to let the ball take some time on its own. Very difficult to read when you play it slow like that and loft it.
1-0 lead now for Take-3, but this situation is not a stranger to them. We've already seen this happen a couple times in the series already for Take-3, and they've given up the lead. We'll see if this time will be the time that they maintain it, or Vindicator will answer back. As Take-3 looking to get another one. Nice pass out to Insolence. Is off the backboard. A finish from Zanejacki. Not going to come out as Darkfire. Gets in the way of that. Very close. The right idea, but not enough speed from Take-3.
The right idea is it's right. I mean, you see these guys, like, it's super risky to send that 3rd man in, and that's why I'm surprising that we see Fireburner do it as much as he does. But his team is starting to fall back. Maybe they recognize Zay needs to come up and take some shots. Insol or Rizzo needs to go back and make some defense.
Still a 1-0 lead for Take-3. They weren't able to put that other one in. Vindicator hasn't been able to answer quite yet. Take-3's putting some good pressure on here. Around that midfield line, finally Darkfire breaks through. That pressure there. Can't get anything out, though. Insolence is going to Spider-Man that one down to midfield. Good touch from him. Very strong clear. Buys his team enough time to set up a play as they put one off the backboard. Rizzo sets that up for Zanejacki to the far side, and those are kind of the touches I'm talking about, unless he meant for a pass, but it was still a weak touch.
Yeah, they're just getting tangled up, and because of that, they're getting caught off guard. It's like they were out of their rotation. They were just confused on where they needed to be. Insol going to get boost instead of clearing that out immediately, and Torment takes advantage of it, plays a touch off the wall, and then Darkfire following up.
Very good speedy pass from Torment, as you said, with Darkfire on the finish. Very quick to get to that ball and receive the pass. That's what you got to do, especially when you know that defense is out of position. As you said, Insol with a bad boost grab. And that is all tied up now as Vindicator looking to do what they did last time and maybe run back. Insolences puts it in, though, regains himself the lead. They're like, guys, we are not done yet. We want that 4th place seat.
Yeah, meeting it at midfield, plays it inside, and then that touch off the ceiling. So difficult on defense when it's above you. Plays directly down, and then swinging in is Take-3 to put a goal, putting them back up on top.
2.5 minutes left in game number 4. Take-3 trying to bring this to a game number 5. And it really helps their confidence, as we said, going into that regional finals. If they can make sure they don't get dominated and know that they're doing something right. Watch the VODs, go back and say, okay, this is where we were excelling. This is where they beat us. They will have a good upper hand here. But with 2 minutes left, Vindicator has every chance to pull this one back. Demo on to Matt, won't buy some time for Take-3. Rizzo getting another one.
Poor Matt.
I know, as soon as he comes back, just boom.
But I mean, that's good. I mean, you see Take-3, they're working the field really well. They're going both laterally and vertically. Which is good. I mean, you see players like Zanejacki and Rizzo who are very good up in the air. The problem is just so are Vindicator. Like, every single one of those guys is phenomenal. We saw Darkfire and Torment at the end of last season. You know, they were notorious for best shot percentage And a lot of that had to do because of the angles they were taking in the air.
Rizzo tried for a shot there to extend their lead. Got to make sure they don't overextend. Now coming in the final minute 15 of gameplay here. Take-3 is in the lead. VindicatorGG will probably start to put a lot of pressure on, as it would be best for them to end the series right now. And Take-3 will have to watch out, as I just said, for that. But they are not letting up on the pressure. They are not giving a chance for Vindicator to break out. The second it does, there's someone there to meet it, but there's a shot off the backboard. Darkfire cannot follow that one up himself. Torment now follows up at the midfield line, giving Matt enough time to rotate back for some boost, but he launches improperly, giving possession away over to Rizzo and Insolences as Take-3 run that one back down the field. Vindicator having trouble breaking onto offense here. They are stuck in their own end. Shot Jans for Zane Jackie, beaten out by Torment as he gets that clear up to Matt. Matt getting mind gamed out there, will fly past that one. He is out of the play. Rizzo to Insolences with a shot on net. What a play! All starting with Insolences' mind game to pull one of the attackers out.
Perfect example of changing the pace of this game. They're moving so fast upfield, going all over the place, touch after touch after touch. Insolences slows it down, makes someone miss, plays it upfield, and then immediately counterattack. So well done by Take-3 to put them up again by 2.
As you said, very good setup and recognition from Insolences that he had an opportunity to create that play right there and getting a beautiful placement on the shot, let alone just the play itself. But getting that shot placement, that will send them 3-1 and likely with a win, bringing this to game number 5. Take-3 is not ready to go out just quite yet. Vindicator does their best, trying to get that confidence goal, but it will not happen as that ball moves back down towards their end. Maybe it will happen as Matt moves it back. There's no one there to help him. He's all alone.
There's
no one there beside him.
Game 5, man. Like, Take-3, like, showing some poise here. I mean, you look how well, like, they've changed up their playstyle. Like, they won the first one pretty well. I mean, it was super close. Vindicator comes back extremely strong. They start to slowly learn what's going on, and then they come out and clutch another one. Like, the Vindicator is making good changes in their playstyle, and I mean, it's showing. Like, Vindicator is just looking like they're getting beat. We saw the same thing happen to them initially. Like, Vindicator came out and was like, we're going to beat you to every single touch, and there's nothing you can do about it. And now Take-3 is doing it back to them.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, the biggest issue, and I pointed out at the beginning of the series, was they were just not looking up. They weren't setting anything up. Take-3 was doing absolutely nothing to really work as a team. But at the end, their Insolence has started to really turn that around. Creating a play and finishing it off himself, just creating those plays in general, are the first step to winning against a team like VindicatorGG.
Right.
And that's really, again, the first thing they have to do, and they're doing it now. Game number 5 might be scary for Vindicator.
Well, yeah, and that's not the only part. Like you said, like putting those shots actually on net. There were so many times where some of those shots were just, they were too weak, they're too predictable, it was too easy to save. And in this circumstance, like shots like that where it just moves up the field that quickly and then you're placing them perfectly the bottom right, like how do you save that? You can't.
Oh, no, absolutely. Like that is such an insane. That's why I was more impressed by the fact that he got that one in, let alone set up the play and finish it off.
You gotta respect all of it, man. You can't just
whole process.
You can't just be like, oh, that's a cool shot. You gotta enjoy all of it.
The whole process. But
right.
I mean, again, they are warmed up now. They're ready to go. And Take-3 had no matches early in this, and that probably was the issue they were seeing at the beginning. They are showing us what they showed us in the first week. I mean, a little too late as we come into their 4th, 5th seeds here,
still
but
top 6.
Still can get, again, that's the critical thing. Still top 6, and getting a 4th place seed will be nice, and the confidence too, knowing that they have what it takes going into the regionals.
Yep, very, very well said. Vindicator now has a chance to step up. They need to either match that pace or exceed it, which is not easy when this team is playing like that. And when you got players like Insolences who are willing to basically like stop, change everything, make you lose, make you miss, or dribble it past you altogether, like it's rough. It's tough to read that.
Well, I mean, all of them, again, if Rizzo can start getting those really good touches to his teammates, the passes out, I mean, he's kind of taken a backstabbing, as I said, do Zane Jackie if he can get really powerful shots. Right. They're just setting up plays now for Insolences. Insolences is looking like one of the stronger players on Take-3, but again, Vindicator has all 3 of those guys setting up incredible plays, and their speed is really what gets to them. I mean, you saw, I think it was Darkfire and Torment with an incredible backboard pass, or sideboard pass, sorry, where it was just so fast, nothing you can do as a defender. Insole with a bad boost grab, puts him in a weird spot, potentially save if it was a slower pass, but it was just so fast to the ball. There's nothing they can really do about it, and that's where Vindicator is going to excel into this next match.
Vindicator needs to get to the ball quickly, but they also need to be decisive. There's a couple times where, like when we saw him, I forget who it was on Vindicator, but he went and grabbed the boost instead. Insolences, or was it Insolences that did it, and then they scored off of that?
Insolences
Yeah,
went to
so
get the
he was
bad boost
decisive.
back,
Like, as soon as the mistake was made, he was able to come in and make a goal. That's something that you don't have much space. Like, that's a couple seconds, and it's completely different. So as soon as you see a mistake or something that you're able to take the opportunity on, go and attack. You have to.
So what do you think then Vindicator has to do coming in this to get themselves the win in this? Because, I mean, Take 3's starting to play a little bit stronger, and they're getting the passing plays, and Vindicator will have to answer this.
They need to make the game their own. There's too many times that you see teams that they either try to match to what their team's doing or whatever they're going against and why they're losing. First thing, recognize what's going on. Take 3's playing a lot faster. Their touches are a lot cleaner. They're making less mistakes, right? Vindicator either needs to match that pace and then try to battle them out mechanically, which they do have guys in the air that can do it, or they need to control that pace themselves. One way of doing that is slowing it down. When you go to dribble upfield, don't just clear it back inside. Dribble it a little bit up to the midfield, play it to the corners. Do something to change it up and catch these guys off guard. Make them play on their back heel.
Exactly. Well, we'll find out. This has gone to a game number 5. There have been a lot of game number 5s. We've had a lot of Rocket League from NA this week, in week number 4. But as they have finished their tea break, we come into game number 5. VindicatorGG versus Take 3. Take 3 looking to pull the series back for themselves. These guys are fighting for the 4th and 5th place seeding into the regional finals to see who they'll have to, well, they'll have to fight each other, actually, and the confidence, at least, knowing that you were able to beat this team. But, I mean, sure, either team is not feeling confident now because this has been a close series.
Yeah, and that's why winning this one and coming out game 5, showing that you have the fortitude to do it is going to be huge. I mean, saying that, yeah, we came back and forth, and Torment's going to put that one in the back of the net.
A quick early goal is a nice way to start it. I mean, Take 3's been doing that. They were usually getting the first goals, but Torment gets it for his team instead.
Yeah, capitalizing on a mistake, like we mentioned, that's something that they need to do in order to beat this Take 3 team. Ball played downfield, wasn't played downfield enough, and bounces right back in, but there's a Vindicator player aggressing and ready to take a shot immediately.
Only 40 seconds into this match, and Vindicator sees himself in the lead. This could be where they start to come out, but Rizzo getting in the way of that advance forward there. Sets that one up for Zane Jackie, and Rizzo tries to follow it up with that backboard pass, but it doesn't transition to anything. Now Vindicator moving forward. Nice passing play. We've seen Torment and Darkfire do this before. They did it again. What a play between those two.
Gosh, I would hate to be the defense of this team. Just misdirection one after another. Sweep across one to beat out one defender. And then you have a teammate who's willing to play it back across the body. Even if he doesn't make it, like, you're just sitting there waiting, and that's exactly what happened. Back and forth, one after another. Just drawing out literally 2 defenders individually.
And I mean, now I'm scared of them as a duo. Torment and Darkfire on offense are a scary thing to see, and Matt just wakes back. He knows that those guys can work together and have this synergy, and he's like, okay, you guys do your thing. I'll be in sooner or later if you don't get the goal.
Well, the reason why someone like Gibbs is talking about how he thinks this Vindicator team could technically be that 3rd seed in North America, like 3rd best team, is because I compare him to Orbit. I mean, you've got people like Darkfire and Torment, similar to Turtle and Garrett. Like, and then you got Moses, which is Matt on back, ready to make a play. Like, he can come up and make shots too. So they're very scary. Like, Take 3's doing a good job hanging in there.
Take 3 with so many attempts there on offense as they tried to put one in, but a couple crossbars and posts there. Rizzo wasn't able to find the back of the net. They will have to try again now as they move on to offense. So close to getting an answer there. 2 goals down with 3 minutes left in game number 5. Vindicator looking to keep this lead. You see both Darkfire and Matt just waiting back. They're like, all right, we're not going to push. We don't need to. We don't have to do anything risky at this point. This is our game to hold on to, and this is your game, Take 3, to try to win at this point and to get these goals back. 2.5 minutes is approaching, and Take 3 has yet to answer those 2 goals as they try to move up the field. Some midfield ping pong going on right now. Vindicator can't keep that one out. Rizzo is going to find the back of the net eventually as the defense finally falls apart. A bit of a pinch there, and only a 1 goal difference.
Take 3 answering the call. You said it's their game to lose, or Vindicator's game to lose, so Take 3 is going to bring it right to them. They're literally going to aggress so hard and then beat them. We mentioned that's how they were winning in the last match, is they were the first ones to the ball, and they were playing at such a fast pace. As soon as you see Vindicator start to slow it down and become complacent, Take 3 takes full advantage of it.
Darkfire sends that one back to the midfield, but Insol reaches to that one very quick. A nice touch out, very beautiful pass there. Matt, though, will stop that play. will not be a shot on net for take 3. Rizzo keeps that one low. A dribble from him out to the front, but Zane Jackie reading that one wrong. Not enough confidence in Rizzo to pull that out. He's in a Batmobile, man. He can turn at 0 degrees radius. It's insane. You got to be confident in that, and they could have had a goal there, but they are still down 1. The pressure is still on from take 3. So Rizzo sends that one to the corner to allow his teammates some time to get boosted up. Zane Jackie off the wall, out, and Darkfire with a long clear up to Torment. Can they get a play started up here? A misread from Torment says no as Insole sends that back to midfield.
Yeah, back and forth, a lot of ping pong now. As these guys start to match, and that's usually what happens, as the pace of both these teams get more and more consistent, you're going to see a lot of back and forth, and then oh my.
Zane Jackie just making his way through as he does like almost absolutely nothing there.
He literally does like kind of nothing.
Just gets a side touch.
The way that he takes that, so most cases you're going to see him play that, and if he plays it too soon or too quickly, it's going to go up the wall and then play back out, kind of like a backboard hit. In this case, he jumps and delays his flip a little bit because usually you get about 2 to 3 seconds to take that second jump inside. So he does it to get past one defender and then cuts back the angle and beats out that second defender. Really well played by Zane.
Well, it's good as the attacker, drawing the defender as close to you as possible, gives you your actual options to shoot from. He waits to the last second, gets an inch correct on that, and puts it in. All tied up with a minute remaining. We're in game number 5, the final series of the day for NA. We're tied 2-2 right now, and 2-2 in the series. This is as close as it gets.
Bunch of ballerinas, man.
2-2s everywhere. That'd be great as a topper.
Yeah, but it's got to go around like the middle of the car. Like, different.
That
like
and a beard.
floaty.
We'll lobby for it. 30 seconds left now between these two teams. As one team, Vindicator, looks to put a goal in now, but that will go down the other way. Zane Jackie and Rizzo trying to get a play set up. There's Zane Jackie to set that one down for a teammate, but no one there. Darkfire will roll this one up the wall now. Back down towards the other end. His teammate's a little bit too far behind, waiting for a touch from Rizzo. They do keep the pressure on. Zane Jackie and Rizzo, though, managed to make that one past midfield. Scary spot here as Darkfire puts that up for Zane Jackie, but Zane Jackie with a little bit too wide of a shot, still in front of the net. That one up to Darkfire, to Matt, and that will drop to the ground. Zane Jackie leaves that one alone, and we go into an overtime. Series number 7, game number 5, tied 2-2 and 2-2 into an overtime. Last week of NA. This is as good as it gets, really.
It's like it's scripted or something by yours truly.
Shh, don't tell people.
They already know. Speculation.
There it is on defense for Vindicator now as Rizzo tries to set up a play. It's been him on offense the entire time in this series. What? Insolence finds one small hole. They take it. They pull it back against Vindicator after they come off a tear in their last series. Insole, what a shot, knowing no one was there to take it. Right off the wall, and we've seen him make a few of those placements. Congrats to Take 3 as they take that one against VindicatorGG, securing themselves the 4th place seed, and Vindicator with the 5th. They'll have to meet up again soon, though.
Yeah, down by 2, and they bring it back to overtime and then clutch it at the end. We talked about how when you're up by a certain points, you want to really punish a team. If there's something that's working, keep going with it. And Take 3, as soon as they saw some complacency, they completely took over the game, like back and forth. Like everything they did was just in your face. Whether it be it was across the middle, there's a couple mistakes in that, but they did a good job. Like Take 3 deserves that win.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, they're going into this now with confidence, and I really think that was the best for Take 3. Vindicator going into it with a win might have had the complacency, but for Take 3, that's the biggest thing they could have had right now because they know that, all right, what we did week 1 can come out again, and now we have an even better chance coming to those regional finals because our confidence is going to be there. This is really critical, but all these teams are going to need to practice coming into those regional finals as we now have everything set in place. So we're going to hear some final words as I and Lawler and I get out for the day to see you at EO tomorrow, but the desk will give you some final words. Back to Axeltas.
Thank you, Leaf and Lawler, and congrats to Take 3. Very nice win at the end there over Vindicator. Again, we're talking about how good Vindicator is looking. So Take 3 clutching it up with a 3-2 victory in overtime. Let's take another look at that one in the form of the Mobile One High Performance Replay.
Take 3 showing up in this series after Wave just said, I'm done with you, ending the relationship.
I mean, I said, prove me wrong, guys. And they're like, okay, we got to do it for Wave. And they just come out, pull off the win here. This was really fun to watch.
Like game one, Take 3 was down 2 goals, came back and won it 3-2. Then game 2, Vindicator down 3 goals, and then they come back and win. It was pretty impressive by both teams of just being able to play within the game, and then Darkfire with the dribble right after Insolences almost got the fake out, and that was a big turnaround in that game. And that beautiful, beautiful pass.
Yeah, no, that is the second largest comeback we've seen in league play ever for RLCS. It was very impressive to watch them pull that one off. And it was so back and forth. We saw some amazing goals from Torment. We saw some amazing goals from Insolences. It was really good to see him step up. I was really happy to see him get the overtime goal to win it because he's been struggling on defense for them. He's been one of their weak links on defense. So to see him be able to step it up right here at the end, put it in there, get the win, they secure that number 4 spot. It's got to feel good for Take 3.
Yeah, they had 2 great wall shots from Insolences, one in the overtime and one in like an earlier game. So he was looking really strong, and they need him to play well in order for them to have a chance at going to the win.
I think it's just further emphasizing just how close all of these teams are.
Sure.
We had, what, 5 matches today, go the distance all the way to 5 games. Stand by on, we're trying to get it changed so Rumble is game 5.
You're
Maybe.
trying to
Just
get
me.
it changed
Just
to
me,
Rumble
that's
game
it.
To be
5. Let's
fair,
just be clear.
I wouldn't
No,
mind.
but a ton of fun, and we can all breathe a little bit now because that was officially the last match of Season 2 League play for North America. So congrats to all the teams who have participated, especially congrats to the top 6 teams. Of course, the bottom 2 being Deception and G2 Esports. They are out of the Rocket League Championship Series Season 2, but look out, because next season they will be back almost assuredly. So let's take a look at those final standings of the day of the season of league play for North America.
So in 2 weeks, we will see Genesis versus Revival, and then that series that just went 5 games and in overtime, we'll see that exact same matchup again. So that should be a lot of fun to watch in 2 weeks.
And for the 2 teams that win that one, they move up to number 3 and number 4. They'll be playing in the playoffs versus number 1 and number 2 for placement and seeding for LAN. It'll feel really good for those teams as they know that they'll be able to clinch.
Yeah, a lot of exciting matches coming up when those regional playoffs begin. Only 2 will advance from Genesis, Take 3, Vindicator, and Revival. And honestly, if today was any indication of how next week is going to look, it's going to be phenomenal. A lot of games going all the way to full 5-game series, so definitely look out for that. But tomorrow, we have Europe. Today was all about North America. Tomorrow is Europe. Remember, we're starting a little bit earlier. Let's take a look at the schedule for that. The Europe standings. Now we get to do a bunch of math again, guys.
Oh, my head hurts already. So one thing you will notice here is a lot of teams have 2 wins right now in Europe, and they're all going to be battling out trying to make the top 6 spots. The only team out is Summit because they are 0-5. They cannot clinch a playoff berth, but some of these games look really, really strong. Northern Gaming versus Red Eye. I want to see what happens with Red Eye because Red Eye, it's been questionable, but they still have a good shot here.
Yeah, it looks like Northern Gaming probably will. I mean, they will be able to get into the top 6. It is a matter of those bubble teams. All those teams that have the 2 wins, who is going to be able to make it in, who's going to have to make in that 7th spot.
It's weird because Europe might be even closer than North America, even though today was ridiculously close in all the matches. Of course, here you see matches 5 through 7.
Oh My Dog versus Precision Z. Oh My Dog is the only team that does not control their own destiny. So, well, actually, let me rephrase that. They're the only team that if they don't win any games, they cannot make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they're desperately need wins. And Precision Z is at 3-3, so they're looking okay, but you just never know, and that could mean a lot for that final game.
Now, Rocket League Championship Series Season 2, we're all ramping up for the Grand Finals. The Grand Finals have been announced. We've been talking about it all show long ever since it was announced for Amsterdam. So go get your tickets right now. It's going to be epic. Rocket League Championship Series Season 1 Grand Finals was at the Avalon in Hollywood. Phenomenal event, if I may say so myself. And Amsterdam should be equally, if not more, epic.
I thought those hosts for the first event were really cute.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I hope they bring them back.
And they seemed really tall. It seemed like the 2 to the side were actually a lot taller than they were supposed to be because someone's a little bit too tall, but you know, what can you do?
I shaved my beard, so.
You did. So now
we're
we're down
we're
2
completely
beards.
beardless this week.
It's rough going.
The carpet will be back, but again, it's been a ton of fun, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the Rocket League Championship Series. I think that about does it for us. But again, to quickly remind you guys, tomorrow we are back with Europe. You saw the schedule, you know exactly the matches that are happening. It's gonna be super close and it's gonna be super epic. And remember, get your tickets for Amsterdam because it's gonna be so much fun, especially if you're in that area of the world. Take a train, take a plane, maybe do a drive, carpool with friends, take a bus, do what you gotta do, get to Amsterdam, it's gonna be a ton of fun, and really looking forward to it. But I think that's gonna do it for us here at The Desk. Thank you for watching our coverage of North American Finals. Again, tomorrow is Europe. Congrats to all of the teams advancing in North America, and better luck next time to the teams who did not advance. That's gonna do it for our broadcast today. See you tomorrow.